Hello, everybody. I'm Mesa.
And I'm LJ.
And streaming to you from a golden beach, this is Knack and Jay. All right, hello.
Huh. All right. Hey, I was a
Once
little delayed
again-
with the music, but we're working the kinks out.
Yeah, I apologize once again for our Discord listeners in the patron chat who can't hear the music. We'll have it fixed by next time. So
Well,
YouTube,
no. I'm not guaranteeing that.
we should.
No, we. Here's the deal. In order to have music playable for everyone, there's gonna be voice popping. And unless we have a fix for the voice popping, we're basically just gonna have a pre-recording every week that just plays our introduction, and then we just start talking.
That's what I meant. It's fundamentally it's the same.
That's
thing.
not a fix. They won't be able to hear that still. It's still stream side only.
Oh.
Yeah. That isn't a fix. it's
Well,
yeah.
fair enough.
So
Well, how's everybody doing? Y'all doing okay?
it's been a while.
Are you having a good December?
I am.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the LJ December. Tell us of your tales.
Well,
I figure like the first 5 to 10 minutes of this are probably just gonna be like a check-in before we get into the actual show.
yeah. Welcome
We
to
got a
the
few
TTV
things to cover.
Welcome to the 5 minutes of the TTV podcast you get every month. But yeah, no, we've had a fascinating December, or at least I have. I ended up going to Georgia to work on some Ninjago reviews, which you should all check out because they're really good. I worked hard on them.
Heck yeah.
Let me see. We're taking a nice relaxing break from the Bionicle G1 Canon contests because the Bionicle community is a cesspool of lack of gratitude and patience, and they're
Bruh.
exhausting to deal with. Month after month
Well,
after month.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're right, I'd go further.
No,
Mm.
We're
Also,
taking a festive Christmas break.
I haven't released the last 2 remixed reviews, and I'm considering not doing so.
Can I find the latest remixed review?
I'm considering not doing so because if I have to see one more person ask or demand for them on another person's video, I am going to delete the files.
Bruh.
There was a comment, so Sakota, he released a phenomenal video last month where he went over, he had a project that was in the works, and he'd been really working on it for a long time. It was like 100 weeks, 100 builds. And he released his big video. For those that don't know, Sakota is a member of TTV now. So he released his 100th on November 28th, and it was really awesome. I'm trying to find the comment here. Somebody posted a comment. Let me see. I'm not going to name them, because I try not to do that. Did they delete it?
Highly possible.
I think they...
Because I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. No, here we go. I found it. Here we go. So somebody posted a comment, and they're like, forgive me if I come off as rude, or I've missed a statement regarding it, but where's the 2015 combiner model video? There are at least 4 combo models outside of the standard toe protector combos. First of all, I know. But then this other guy I'm talking about, came in and is like, that is what I'd like to see instead of this. No offense, but this is now favoritism. Making a whole video of his builds only because he made the 100th. I'd have more preferred the 2015 combo model video.
It's such a backward statement.
What an idiot. What an idiot. I have no qualms.
It's favoritism.
Yeah, making a whole video about my reviews on the channel because I made reviews, that's favoritism.
Favoritism, bruh.
What a moron. Yeah, no. First of all, we didn't make the video. Sakota made the video. Second of all, he is a member of this channel. And he did a great job. Second of all, this comment assumes that everyone is entitled to have their videos on this channel. Like, somehow it's expected. Like, we get comments every so often, you should look at more stop motions. You should look at more mocks instead of, Sakota's mocks. We will do whatever we want. No one is entitled to have their mocks on this channel. No one's entitled to have anything on this channel. No one is entitled to any videos that we make as well. So all these people demanding remixed reviews, it's like, you will get them when they're done. That's it. That's about it.
Essentially. I mean, like, it was just unfortunate because I know Sakota worked really hard on the video. I know that, like, we haven't exactly had a lot of videos coming out.
Oh yeah.
The fact that Sakota actually put the time into doing it and creating it and having it be as high quality as it was, and then getting comments like that. I mean, to be fair, it was the minority, but even still, it was not exactly pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, it's not exactly the attitude that
I don't support
that is
it.
Good. And like I think it's just a fundamental misunderstanding. Like you even responded to the dude, and you were very clear that it was offended, or that you were offended by it. But you also clarified stuff, and you were like, Sakota is a member of the channel.
Yeah.
And like the dude even replied to you and was like, it's come to my attention that you've given Sakota more privilege lately, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And like he's being privileged by his mocks, considering he's now even a TTV member. Here's the point I kind of want to clarify instead of just bagging on, one person specifically. It's not favoritism. Sakota is a member of TTV, like me, like LJ.
Hello.
Saying that Sakota making a video about his mocks, spotlighting them, and going in depth on his builds is favoritism would be the equivalent of saying that this episode of Knack and Jay being uploaded is favoritism to me and LJ. Like, you're showing Meso and LJ too much favoritism. Where's Bionicle Autopsy? That's not exactly how this works.
No.
The channel has, like, maybe 5 people who are making videos for it at the moment. Pretty much anybody who wants to do pretty much anything within the confines of our subject matter and family-friendly policies can pretty much do whatever they want. And it's based on that person's autonomy. So it's not as if Sakota, had to beg for our permission to put up his video, and it's not like we approached him to put up his video. He wanted to do it, he did it, and we were like, cool. It's really like, that's the end of it. I know there might be a transition, as there always is when someone jumps from community member to TTV member, but it is what it is. He is of the same capacity as anyone else. So it's just shift your variables a little bit. That's all I have to say on that. It was annoying.
Yeah. No, it was very annoying. I think the follow-up comment he posted is gone because I decided I don't like seeing this person in the channel comments. So, I mean, if you're listening to this, you're hidden from the channel, and we don't do that very often. But gosh dang it, what a terrible, terrible mindset to have. Please don't watch my videos. Ever again.
Bruh.
Ever again. I just genuinely have no patience for such a short-sighted mind view. So.
Yikes.
No, I'm not tolerating that. Sakota did a wonderful job. He did a fantastic job. And I'm really proud of his video and the work that he put into it. I highly recommend everyone go check it out. But, yeah, remix reviews will come out when they come out. If they come out at this point. I'm really tired of having people be like, where are they? Where are they? They'll get here when they get here. Not a moment sooner, not a moment before. So,
fair enough. I wanted to briefly expound a little bit on the topic of the canon contests because LJ mentioned we're taking a break, and he was right about the reasons why. I just kind of want to publicly say, in video format, break's going to be long. Break's going to be a few months. Don't expect the canon contests to come back until, I would say, optimistically would be March. But depending on how things go, could be April, could be May even. I'd say that's fair, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff that's in the oven that may or may not manifest.
There's a lot we have going on right now. And depending on how certain things go, I might just be completely unavailable for a certain amount of time. So
yeah,
and if I'm unavailable, like we're just not doing anything.
Essentially, that's not to say that we won't restart the canon contest discussions. We definitely will, but the actual contests themselves are going to be on hold for a while because. Number one, breaks are nice, and number two, the Haga are very unique, very difficult, and we want to make absolutely sure that they are gotten right. So that's basically all to do with that.
Yeah, and as such, we've decided until we can give our proper attention to things and really focus it, and part of our break, we did close the canon contest discussion topics on the boards.
Yes.
So it's temporary. We'll reopen them when we're ready to get back into things, but
people were confused at that, but we weren't participating in the conversations. We weren't really even reading the stuff that was going on because it's a break. So I didn't really want people to waste their time spouting messages into the vacuous ether that weren't going to get properly acknowledged. I kind of wanted to save it for a time where we could actually properly acknowledge them in conversation. Hence the closure. It was not meant to stifle conversation necessarily. More like we just don't want people to waste their time. There will be proper channels to discuss those things. And they will come probably in January, I would say. We'll get that ball back rolling.
Yeah, I think that's
But for now, it's a nice holiday break.
Yeah,
that being said, go ahead and hit us with the plugs.
Real quick first, we do have a super chat that I want to...
Oh, yeah.
From 26K down the drain. He gave $20 with this message. Alright, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Follow us on YouTube and Patreon. Only $1 a month gives you access to the Discord and Minecraft server. You can also continue the discussion on the TTV message boards. That's it. Those are the plugs.
Wow. I love it.
I'm just going with that.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
That's wonderful.
What's that?
We're also going to get the Minecraft server back up and running soon. It's not currently up. We finally have a concrete answer on that. It's not it's going to be up soon for the Minecraft server for Matanui and Voyanui with hashtag with more to come. So just if you're interested in that, coming soon.
Yep. No, it's going to be great. Okay. So let's go ahead and just get to things.
Yes.
We got an interesting
This topic is multifaceted. It's been something that's been on the docket for a while. And it was kind of put off, at least in my opinion. I kind of held off from gravitating towards it simply because of how massive it is. We've reached that point, though, where we can kind of start to mine the deeper pools of Bionicle discussion as we talk about advertising. Now, you might ask, what do you mean by that, Mesa? What do you mean by advertising? What exactly are we talking about here? Well, think about it like this. Bionicle sets, the products that LEGO sells on shelves, they are the product. They are the backbone of LEGO's industry. So our definition of advertising is anything that helps to spread awareness or increase the sales of that product.
Yeah.
Which kind of means everything. Rodimus Prime is already kind of hitting the nail on the head. Haven't we been talking about advertising this whole time? Exactly. By Lego's own, brand definitions, the story is really just a vessel by which to spread awareness of the toys and create a framework for kids to, have their own action sequences, have their own fights, tell their own stories, etc. What is specifically going to be focused is obviously not the story, because we already talked about that at length. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of stuff like the games, like the movies, like the promotional campaigns, like the commercials, hashtag free the band. We're gonna get into all that. Discuss its legacy, how it contributed to Bionicle's community perception today, and what our thoughts on it are in general. And I think a good place to start is at the beginning. LJ, how did you get introduced to Bionicle? Was it by random chance,
yes,
or did you see it somewhere?
It was completely random chance.
Bruh.
The way that I found out about Bionicle was I was in a little dinky toy store in Palo Alto, California. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get a toy of some kind. I went all around the store. It's like, nothing. He's gripping me. I don't want anything. It doesn't matter. And then I saw it there, glistening on the shelf. Bionicle. Galakal. And I bought it. So
brilliant.
That's it. It was just completely random chance. So, but I've been surrounded by Bionicle advertising since that point, receiving comics, going out to get books, all sorts of things.
I got into Bionicle because of McDonald's. That's how I got into McDonald's. That's how I got into Bionicle. The greatest advertising campaign of them all. Happy Meals.
Ooh.
And it's true. Like that does count. That was a campaign designed to reach young children and families and provide an avenue to get Bionicle into the hands of kids everywhere, and it freaking worked. There is no better advertising campaign, I raise you, than, hey, get a free thing. And that is quite literally what that was. Eat food, get toy. As a kid, I was like, both of those things sounded nice to me. Mm-hmm. Without that campaign to integrate Bionicle into my life, I heavily doubt I ever would have stumbled upon it, because why would I have differentiated it from any other toy?
This podcast would have just been called J.
Oh my god.
Get a bunch of people coming over here. Hey, we're here for the Ninjago discussion.
Yes. No, it's like that is, I think, Bionicle's greatest and its first one. But even then, I think it's fair to say the hook is only half of it, because then it has to be continued, it has to be maintained, and that kind of hook only works once. Like they tried to do McDonald's promotions in the future, they didn't replicate the success. There's multiple reasons why. You could say they didn't really try, because the figures were giant one-piece things that weren't even real Lego. Mm-hmm. I don't think the further McDonald's promotions really did much to get new people into Bionicle.
No. I definitely... I wish I had like a group picture of them or something to put up, because they're interesting. Like, I had a few of them, but only out of novelty. They're really just giant blocky plastic figures.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what happened there or why they stopped. Have we ever heard any official? I don't know where we would hear official statements. CEO of McDonald's. I don't know.
No, of course not.
it is weird that they would not do what worked perfectly well before.
Yeah. Well, no. I know why they wouldn't. At some point, Lego said, all right, we're no longer associating Lego pieces with food.
Really?
I don't remember where it was, but at some point Lego they were done. They're like, nope, no, we're not doing this. We're not having Lego sets or toys with food. I don't remember where it was said. I don't remember when they made that distinction, but that did happen.
So that's interesting to me. That's really weird.
Yeah.
They literally have Lego fruit snacks. They still sell them.
I've never seen them.
Well, okay, might not be official Lego brand. Wait, no, they are. Lego Fun Snacks. It's a thing.
Okay, wait,
Hold
what?
on.
Do you got a picture? I've never seen
I
these.
do. Behold. Kellogg's.
Do you know that they still make these? These look
So they
really
came out in-
old.
2014, it looks like.
Okay.
Kellogg's Lego fruit flavored snacks. 2017, they were still selling them as of the Kellogg's Facebook page.
Here, let me go ahead and show everyone. Okay, I got nothing. Then. I don't know. I have no
it's
idea.
possible. It's possible they just they went back on it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But no, the McTorrent are fantastic. They definitely they serve a very interesting purpose. Not only as far as advertising, but how it incorporates in other advertising, namely the story.
Yes.
Because technically speaking, the McTorrent are promotional sets. And promotional sets differ from normal sets because they're kind of they're a gateway into the rest of the brand. Like Mess was saying, that's what the McTorrent are. They were just kind of a gateway. So you get a McTorrent and you're like, Bionicle. I wonder if there's more. And of course there is. So it's giving you a little taste. But no one really considers the McTorrent the same as other promotional sets, like Bad Guy, or Red Bad Guy, or Red Good Guy, or Squid Launcher Function, you know? They're just considered along with the rest of the standard line because they were such a predominant part of the rest of advertising, namely the story. Unfortunately, I never really had a lot of interaction with the McTorrent outside of getting them secondhand, because I didn't grow up eating a bunch of McDonald's or eating at McDonald's a lot.
Heretic.
Not a heretic. A healthy tick. I'm not even a tick.
I see Bombastic Brody. You guys talk about the McDonald's toys, but no love for the Burger King ones from 2003. I forgot those existed.
Mm-hmm.
But I do concede. I just looked them up, and they are pretty neat. They're definitely better than the Ignition trilogy ones because they look like the characters a lot.
I have no experience with any of them. None.
Yeah, I never had one. As a reminder for what they look like, you don't have to put it up, but our patron chat will see it. It's just Google Burger King Bionicle.
Yeah. But yeah. So when I think of advertising, though, when I think of the kind of things that Lego did to advertise Bionicle, I think of the commercials. Because to me, that is the most base level advertising. Now, of course, all that we're familiar with are commercials. Like the books, it's a commercial. The movies, they're commercials. I'm sure many people have heard the criticism of the Lego movie. It's just one giant commercial that's really, really good. That's all things are. But I'm talking about the TV, maybe 15, 30-second spots that end in that classic line. Each set sold separately. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I think my favorite one, the one that really it always just strikes a chord with me, literally every time I hear it and see the visuals, I get chills down my spine. Okay, well, the Toanika one's great, but the best one without question, the evil hunters trying to capture the mask and destroy the world.
Gosh. Oh my goodness.
Unite the creatures and save the world.
No. Get out of here. Go away. No.
Hey. No, but he's right. It goes all the way back. I mean, literally, at the very start, you have even though one had commercials, they're not as memorable as Ignition Trilogy, but they were chilling and atmospheric and great visuals, character driven. The promotional videos for the Mata used in many an AMV over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just carries every year. I think credit goes to Ghost. I'm not sure if Ghost did the commercials from the very beginning or not.
They did.
At least I'm
pretty sure they did. I don't have any reason to believe that they did not. Ghost
Respect.
Animation. I'll double check that real quick.
Yeah, I mean Ghost and Tony Wedgwood, the announcer. It's like,
yep,
some wonderful stuff.
I forgot about him. I was reminded about him recently because apparently he's now working on the Bionicle. Gosh dang it, what is it? The
Quest for Matanui.
There we go. Thank you. Quest for Matanui. The fan game.
Yeah, very cool announcement and very cool of him to do it. Like honestly, that's actually awesome. I do question the extent of his role. Like maybe he'll voice lines in the trailers, but is he actually going to be in the game? I don't know.
Well, we still don't really know if anyone is going to be in the game.
Yeah. Like, I don't exactly think Tony Wedgwood's going to voice Tahu, you know what I mean? It's probably just going to be like announcer dialogue.
How long do I need to wait until I start asking people to start like a change.org petition to get me to voice Lewa in that?
I think you've waited long enough.
All right, guys.
Change.org petitions always work. Get it started.
I know. That's what brought Bionicle back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. You know what to do.
But yeah, like the commercials were wonderfully atmospheric and memorable. Literally all of them.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe the Borat Call videos. I don't remember those too much.
I remember those. Let me see.
Yeah,
Okay. I found their LinkedIn. This did not help me at all. I'm not finding anything about how long they've been working with Lego.
We can only presume they were there from the start then.
Yeah, I mean, the animation style did not shift dramatically at all at any point. So,
well, there you go. Yeah. They really kicked up a notch. Like, the commercials were great. They really kicked up in 06 with what a lot of people's most iconic is the Move Along commercial.
Of course.
All American Rejects, but then like they keep getting better because then you have the Baraki Creeps from the Deep, and then the Mari mini movie Crashed, and the better song Face Me.
Okay, you're funny. You're real funny.
Face
no,
me.
No.
Reality.
No. That's a poll I need to start. Okay, here we go.
Better.
Visual. Here we go. Their website finally loaded. Oh, I hate Ghost VFX now. They worked on The Last Jedi. Okay, never mind.
Bruh.
I hate him.
Bruh. Yeah, man. Face Me is a good song, dude.
Oh, they worked on The Mandalorian. Okay, that and Rise of Scott. Man, they worked on so much. Holy crud. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's just a list of movies here that they've... Is this the same Ghost VFX? Yeah, no, it is. I'm only seeing movies.
Big name Ghost. Back at it again.
Yeah, no, they don't have any information about Lego. Alright, I give. But yeah.
Oh, well. Point being, they were wonderfully iconic.
Yeah, no, they were fantastic. I don't know if they got anyone that I know into Bionicle, but I always looked forward to them. The whole community always looked forward to them. They were always like, I remember
pumped to like experience the new stuff.
Exactly. And like every time there was a new commercial, there'd be a BZP news article about it saying commercials airing on this channel. Just so you all know, they're on this channel now. So if you want to see it, tune in. It's like, yep, No, it was an event. It was an event like everything else. How many times have you heard excitement for a Ninjago commercial?
Oh yeah, it's a low blow.
No, no,
Oh
no.
man.
It's not meant to be a dig. It's just think about it. Have you ever heard anyone from the Ninjago community talk about how exciting a new Ninjago commercial is? Like, we're sitting here just hoping to find out when the show airs in the United States. Like, that's our excitement. That's our equivalent to watching a Ninjago commercial.
Yeah, I mean when you put it that way, I can't exactly disagree.
And I'm not,
Then
I'm not,
again,
I'm not saying it's because they're bad commercials. I'm just saying no one cares about them in the same way.
I don't even know. I don't even know if they still make commercials. I'm sure they do, but if they do, I haven't seen any.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I also haven't seen any, so.
I don't
But
know. There was just something always fascinating because I mean, it started before Bionicle had the movies, right? And the comics were a thing, which was obviously very appreciated, but we didn't really have tons of visual media featuring the Toa very like predominantly. So those initial Toamata character shorts, seeing them like moving in animated form, true to how the sets looked
hmm
in these realistic, like wonderfully dense environments were it was breathtaking.
hmm
And it only got better as the years went on because then the movies eventually stopped. So then, like for the Ignition trilogy, that was basically all the visual, animated media we got, besides the proc animations. It was basically the commercials.
Yeah, no, that's true. I remember the 2007 was very interesting because it was in basically two parts. You had the Creeps from the Deep, which, fun fact, that is a canon. I forgot about that. Some of these are canon. Creeps from the Deep is a canon commercial, a canon short. Let me get the. There we go. Creeps.
Are
From
you
the Deep.
sure about that?
I'm reasonably confident. As soon as I can find the page on BSO1. Commercials, come on. Okay, this is. There's no commercials page on BSO1. There we go. Movies and animations. Promo animations, that's what they're called. That's right.
I know an easy way to confirm or debunk this that might annoy you.
What?
So it's because Dekar. It's because of Dekar, right? He's the connecting
Here we
tissue.
go. Found it.
Okay.
Greg Farshtia stated that the movie is in fact canon. It is a vision that Toanika had given Dekar.
Oh. Never mind.
I always remember that because I used it as a trivia question for Brick Fair.
Very nice.
So, but no, you have that one, and it introduces the Baraki, and you have what's that song called?
Creeping in my soul.
Yeah, that one, the one I feel very like half and half about. Evanescence, but it's Bionicle. And in the second half of the year, you have Bionicle, Toa Mari, and it's basically just the plot of Downfall. That's more or less what it is, and it's friggin' awesome. So, it was great. And then, of course, the big animation, the big mini movie, The Rise of Matanui, where they just kind of released all of these commercials every so often. Like, you had the Anika commercial, and then the Codrex, and then the Vehicles 2, Toanika, Matanui Rising, and then the epilogue. And I just smashed them all into one.
You remember the Onua interviews?
Oh gosh,
Or the
yeah.
Onua news reporting?
Yes, I vaguely recall that.
That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just there was something. It's just captivating, honestly, about seeing the world in motion, and it was something that the movies never really did in the same way, at least for me, because of the heavy stylization. Like I know a lot of people like the stylization, and I'm not saying it's bad, But for me, it was always nice to find something that actually represented the sets that I
Mm-hmm.
owned instead of the weird, twisted, organic looking amalgams of them doing
Mm-hmm.
cool things and being in motion. And it also gave me tons of music video fodder. So that was nice. It was fun.
Yeah. No, no, they were awesome. They were really cool. But
That's a
eventually
point
they,
of that.
huh?
Sorry, go on, go on, go on.
No, eventually they started to kind of peter off, where we'd get like maybe one or two every year. Stars only showed one, and then
Yeah,
unfortunately they kind of became a thing of the past, because for 2015 we only got one, and then we got two. 2015 we got two, and in 2016 we got one.
and they were about as generic as I memed about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So they did not exactly have that atmosphere. And I think that's really what sets them apart, is because they like Bionicle has a reputation. It's mostly positive. The community obviously loves Bionicle. Some people are like, oh, Bionicle was just, Lego trying to be edgy and cool and hip. I mean, look at their Paraka rap. That's cringy, dude. And it is. It's not cringy, but it's also it's also just kind of cool, man. That's all I have to say. Ads that didn't use like product lingo, ads that had cool, unique rock music, ads that, used the atmosphere rather than what most commercials do, which is talking to the audience. It struck a different chord. It made me take it a bit more seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Tarker's channel of random things. Give a super chat. SEK50. I don't know. I think it's $5. Here's a fiver for a Meso original appreciation post for the Toa Metru promo CDs.
I forgot about promo CDs.
See, I never messed with any of the promo CDs. Did you?
Really?
Yes, I never had a CD player, bro.
Gosh, you sad, sad soul. How did
I
you?
didn't have a computer until 2008.
Gosh.
So
What?
I never played the dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Here, let me go ahead and bring that up real quick. I want an image of one of the promo CDs.
Educate me.
Okay, promo CDs. Okay, Toa Metru mini promo CD. So, for anyone out of the loop, there were two types of Bionicle set that came out. Some of them contained CDs, CD-ROMs. It's a disc. It's like a Blu-ray for all you youngins, and you put it in your computer, and it would have some activity on it, have something to do. And in the case of a lot of the promo CDs, I'll go ahead and drop a picture into the Discord. And then I'll go ahead and drop a picture here. So, some of these activities varied a bit. In the case of the Tomata, for instance, a lot of it was really just, learning more about characters and whatnot. In this case of the Toa Metru, their promo CDs, it was basically telling parts of the story. It was essentially parts from the books, just with kind of visual form, and every level was a puzzle. So in one level, you have to kind of piece together this picture so that you can move on. You have to reorganize it so that all these blocks form a picture. In another, you just kind of have to, it's like that Among Us one, that memory one. It's like bleep, and then you hit bleep, bleep, bloop, and then you hit bleep, bloop, that kind of a deal.
Are we really at that point where we're using Among Us to like educate our viewer base as to Bionicle stuff? Hey, it's like that thing in Among Us.
Yes, we are.
That's funny.
Yep. So yeah, no, they were a lot of fun, and you'd have the narrator. and he sounded really cool. But they were really, really fun. If you could actually get through things at the end, you'd find a Matoran and you'd free the Matoran. It'd basically be what would happen in the books, and you'd learn more about the story for that year through these promo CDs. And I think they
When
kind
did
of
they stop doing it? 05?
no, I think they stopped in 04 because I don't remember anything for the Hordika. So they did it in 2001. They did it in 2002. I believe. Definitely 2003. And then 2004, and then that was it. So, but no, they were really cool, and it was kind of a unique form of promotion. And I don't really
they
think
did
any.
a lot of stuff with CDs, right? Like they had the power pack too, which had like the music. I know that's a bit of a separate thing, but they used to do a lot of stuff like that, and then they just stopped doing it.
Was there an Anika promo CD? I don't remember that.
Nor do I.
Well, I guess there was, and I guess there was a Baraki one too. What do these have on them? Oh, well, that's why I don't know about it. The Toanika mini promo CD was a promotional CD-ROM which was exclusively packaged in the Toanika sets in China and Belgium. And for the Baraki, the promo CD was released in Finnish supermarkets in spring of 2007. So that's why.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Yeah, for us, we would only know about the ones released stateside. But there was a lot of interactive aspects to the CDs, especially like the Toanuva, the Borak, the Rakshi. The Rakshis were potentially the most expansive. Not in terms of interactivity, but as far as content and the things you could see. Maybe I'm thinking of the Borak Call. No, I'm definitely thinking of the Borak Call because you had a Toa and a Borak Call. For the Rakshi, you just had a Rakshi and Takanuva. So, no, the Borak Calls are actually really good. So, they were very cool, very interesting. I'm just fascinated they did those because they really never did that for anything else as far as I know, you know?
Yeah. Wasn't there a Bionicle CD and like Serial that had like a game on it?
Oh, I think that was one of those myths about Bionicle Legend of Matanui, the unreleased. Oh no, Zeros is saying yes. I thought that was just that myth about Bionicle.
Well, I'm not talking about Legend of Matanui. It was a platforming game, I think.
For what year?
01. Like, you remember Toa's Quest 3 by Populous?
Yeah.
I think it was like based off or inspired by, or at least loosely riffing on that game. But that's conjecture. Don't quote me on that, but I think such a game existed. People in the chat are backing me up. What was it? Let me look it up. Bionicle serial game. Oh, yeah, Bionicle Nestle. It was the Bionicle Nestle platforming game.
I'm not seeing a page for this on BSO1.
Well, there's a page for it on our friendly neighborhood.
Don't.
Bionicle Wikia.
No, stop it. That's not friendly neighborhood anything. Bionicle Wikia is bad. Okay? Just want all you to know that.
Like Biomedia Project has it.
Okay, let me take a look
That's
at this.
Cool. The fact that they like actually went through the trouble of making a game as cheap as I'm sure it might be, and just sticking it in like a cereal box. That's cool to me.
I kind of want to play this live.
Oh yeah, LJ plays Bionicle Nestle. Do it.
So you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna play Bionicle Nestle live on Knack and Jay.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. I gotta download it first, though. So if there's a little bit of latency in the stream, I apologize in advance.
That's fine.
So
It's gonna be great. It looks like it uses Comic Sans.
I've literally never seen this game before, I don't think. There are no pictures I can find of it. Don't send me any, I won't be surprised.
Oh boy. Are you gonna put the video up on the stream, or are you just gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the video up on the stream. What would be the point
Oh
otherwise?
yeah. Time to watch and be delayed. Let's go. They used to do so many cool, unique things, and they just kind of stopped. Which, I mean, it's not like I don't get it. I'm sure their marketing budget went down over the years, which would explain the lack of movies. But I don't know. It's cool looking back and seeing all the unique things that just kind of went away.
Yeah. What else from Bionicle marketing? I mean, I guess comics and books, they technically counted.
I mean, there's some of the most important ones, and some of the ones most easily screwed up. Like, well, okay, first of all, 26K down the drain, $5. When are we gonna find the guy who did the Paraka rap and document the making of the song? Also, do you guys discuss Free the Band yet? I was away. Not yet. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
I forgot about Free the Band.
We'll get to that. With the comics and the books, the comics are like one of the most important things Bionicle did, in my opinion. Like just getting the story sent out to people for free. That had to be massive for engagement. Like, what's that stat that always gets thrown around about the Bionicle comics being like the most popular or most read comic?
Hang on.
Like a period of time.
Let me get the Holy Scripture, brick by brick.
Holy Scripture. Brick by brick, how Lego rewrote the rules of innovation and conquered the global toy industry. Man.
Let me see. There we go. At one point in 2003, the DC Comics Bionicle books, with a circulation of 1.5 to 2 million copies every other month, were the world's most widely read comics. Think
That's
about that.
super cool.
Think about that. That's in the face of Batman and Superman. Okay, so how do I get this game to work? After running one after installing the other will unlock more levels. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and copy this. But yeah, no, comics and books are fascinating, and they've definitely encouraged a lot of debate and discussion over the years. Because the comics were really cool, obviously enough because it's a visual media, but the books went into greater detail. And it's very interesting to look back and see how the Bionicle community interacted with the novels. Because at one point, Greg Farshty has said, yeah, those kind of buy one, get one free deals that they would try and do wouldn't really work. Because most Bionicle fans already got them. They usually waited to get them when they came out. I think that's just really fascinating that they were constantly waiting for them to be there, you know?
It's definitely cool, and it shows the level of dedication. I mean, with books, I have some grievances with books. I've talked about them over the years. I think the books are the best way to experience the Bionicle story. Anybody who doesn't read them is shortchanging themselves because there's some really good story content in them. I think their promotion was a disgrace. Like it started off strong. Like they used to show up at Scholastic book fairs. They used to have like combo packs that were bundled with like not exclusive masks, but unique. Not even unique. They were bundled with masks. Basically, you could get masks by buying basically the box sets of the books. And that was always cool to me as a kid. It made the prospect of getting the books appealing and cool and fun if you want to read them. Then they just kind of stopped. They didn't really promote the books anywhere. And I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm sure there was like something contractual, something that is licensed through Scholastic and not an official Lego production, et cetera, that prevented them from showing up on Bionicle.com. But why didn't they show up on Bionicle.com? I'll never get over it unless one day someone explains to me the legality and finds the contract that prohibited them from advertising the books on Bionicle.com. I will never understand it, let alone selling them through Lego.com, which I don't think they ever did. It created this weird disconnect between like the casual fans and the hardcore about number one, where to get these books, and number two, that these books existed.
Mm-hmm.
And it really bothers me.
Yeah.
It always will.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. They were advertised in the instruction booklets, as far as I know.
That's true. They were.
So that's something at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trying to get this game to work, by the way. We do have a couple of super chats. If you could grab those real quick, Messa. One's from Sharnak and the other's from 26K.
Oh, yeah, well done.
Right,
I
awesome.
read the one from 26K. I missed the one from Sharnak. Sharnak says $5. If Bionicle comes back, need Eminem to remake the Paraka rap. If he'll sell out for Venom, he'll sell out for anything.
This
yeah,
is
but see,
accurate.
Venom has a lot of like rhymable words, yo. It's got like Venom, got that adrenaline in him, Venom. It's time to go get him. Yeah, it's time to go Venom. Got that Venom.
No.
Or however
Okay, you're done.
I unironically like that song, Sue Me. Anyway, Zach Tan doesn't really have as many like memorable words. Zach Tan eats his dinner in a can. He's freaking man from Matanui. Can't get a tan because he's green. It's like to attack your man.
Really impressive. You're just good job. Unfortunately, I don't think this game is gonna work.
Oh no!
I keep on trying to launch it, and it's not actually starting.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, everyone. I think the dream is dead because I keep on hitting
The
launch.
The Nestle gods have doomed you for not reviewing the Bionicle toys.
Oh, give me a break. Yeah, no, I'm not. It's not working. I'm sorry, guys. It's a compatibility mode. I have no idea how to even get to that, and I don't feel like troubleshooting right now. Most of the reason that the reviews get so delayed is because my computer essentially combusted. So I spent a good 2 months putting it back together to try and salvage anything. I'm gonna pass on doing any of that today.
Yeah, it's fair. I understand.
Yeah. Another time.
Chocolate Chow. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Has a comment. They're like, hearing stuff like that, probably referring to the comics thing, makes me wonder how Bionicle just dropped off the face of the earth a couple of years later. Used to be everywhere, but now it's just forgotten. I definitely feel that. I kind of wonder that too from time to time. I think we see it a bit differently because to us who grew up with it, and I mean even those who didn't and who are still in the community, it kind of seems like, oh yeah, these glory days everybody talks about were just they're just recent. It all just kind of happened, and it all happened in the same time frame, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. I think what's important to remember it was kind of a gradual build up, number one, and then an even more gradual slope down. It did not happen all at once. 01 to 03 really, like, the popularity ramped up. The books didn't even start until 03. 04 and 05, we had the movies and stuff just kind of building on that. And we had the things I was mentioning prior, even with the books. That was when they were having the book fairs. That was when they were having the combo packs a lot. The drying up that is felt, I think, mainly stems from, I don't want to project my own personal opinions, so take it with a grain of salt. I could be totally wrong. I blame the prequels. Wholeheartedly, I blame the prequels. I think Bionicle was coasting. I think it was increasing in popularity. And then all of a sudden, you throw people to a new island with a new, or relatively, comparatively new cast of characters and a different aesthetic. and different, everything, and it's a prequel, so it's not actually progressing the story. I think it confused a lot of people, and I think it caused people to drop off. I think it caused the movies to drop off. That was when I think the stagnation started to set in. But of course, grain of salt.
I think it is very possible, especially considering like that's when things got really complex. That's when you had characters from 2001 that suddenly looked different, and you had to convey to children, hey, we're now in the past, you know?
I know as a kid, I didn't get it like right away. I was like, so did the Turaga just become Toa?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Looking back in hindsight, it was conveyed well. Like, they segue into it pretty nicely, especially if you read the comics.
Yeah.
Movie, less so, but comics definitely was good. But I just think it kind of kills the momentum of your story when like you're kind of coasting on peak popularity and then you go into a prequel. I don't like prequels. I've never really liked prequels. And then all this stuff where it kind of winds down, like it's not as if the Ignition trilogy wasn't beloved, but think about it. It's hard to tell what came first. It's like, the chicken and the egg. Did they cut Bionicle's marketing because the sales stagnated, or did the sales stagnate because they cut the marketing? We'll never really know necessarily, but you're probably not going to have as much exposure and as much mainstream brand recognition when you don't have movies, when you don't have like high profile games, even though Bionicle Heroes did get a lot of press. Maybe that doesn't hold up. When you don't have crazy oddball things that literally they just threw money at, like the Bionicle bus. We want to talk about the bus?
Yes. I want it. If anyone out there owns any of the Bionicle buses or cars, let me know. I will work to buy it from you. Especially if it's the one, like they had a bunch of different buses for 2001. One of them has a Miru on the front and Liwamata's Suva on like the hood. That's the one I want. I want that one. I will buy that one. And then I'm gonna just drive around everywhere. Sorry, not bus. I keep on saying bus. Van. Let me try and get a picture of it to throw up on screen.
While you do, $26K down the drain, $10. Thank you so much. Says the music from 01 was originally going to have more musicians than Paul Hardcastle, correct? If I'm right, I remember hearing they were planning on having Rob Zombie involved.
This is right. This is correct.
Yeah. That does sound familiar. It was all going to be part of, the Bionicle album. It was going to have Rob Zombie. It was going to have Cold. It was going to have a bunch of other people. I think a band called Woven, Kinna, Sev, like all that might not be 100% correct, but it was going to have a roster of people. When that didn't materialize, that's when, obviously it shook out a bit differently.
Let me see. I'm so close. I want to find all of the different vans, but I found the big one.
Oh, yeah.
I found, like, the one. I'll go ahead and throw a picture of it on screen. This is the Bionicle Tour van.
People posing on top of it!
I think... Are those not the guys that did Insane Bionicle Brain?
Do you think they are? Swift and Danny!
Here we go. Alright.
Insane Bionicle Brain.
Insane without a brain!
I love those guys. Can we get an interview with them?
Oh yeah, if we can find them, yeah, let's do it.
Danny.
Wait, we have some people we need to get to interviewing.
Very true, very true. Oh, that's awesome.
It's just this was, and like, look, dude, look at the front. It's got a Rockshi spine on the hood.
It's really sick, actually.
I can't find it. I cannot find the different Bionicle vans. There was like 6 of them, and they had different Toamata things on them.
That's insane. I love that that exists.
Dang it. How could we forget? I know we're kind of like jumping around here. How could we forget the recently unveiled, like stage presentations at Legoland?
Yes, dude.
That's kind of I was reminded of this. Yeah, no, I did. Connor in the chat is like, didn't you tweet about them once? Yeah, I tweeted about the stage presentations, and it's because Lego has a prop Miru. They have an official prop Miru. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, let me just... Can we get copyrighted for this? I don't think we can. I'm going to play a little bit of it in call.
Do it.
So that you guys can... people for the stream can hear it, okay? This is a real thing. This actually happened.
Mute.
Jam 2K2! Are you ready to have some fun? Yeah! I said, are you ready? So on the count of 3, everyone stomp their feet. Let's make some huge noise and make the earth move.
Okay, everybody, stand up. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
See, what isn't evident about this is that they're trying to emulate Bora
We're
in
gonna
this.
try this one more time. This time, be even bigger.
See, dang, I need that. There's one really good one. This isn't the best one. Bionicle 2K2. There's another one. Takor found the picture. Thank you.
Freaking canister lids, dude.
There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Hang on, I got van tour. All right, everyone. I want you to behold the glory of the Toa Mata SUVs. I was wrong. They're not vans. They're SUVs.
Literally incredible.
Look at them.
I guess you could call them Suvas.
Thank you all very much for listening to this episode of Knack and Jay. Today we're going to go ahead and end now. Thank you once again for all your super chats. And let's see. Bionicle. Gosh, what is it? It's, what is the stage play called? Not 2K2, because there's the other one. There's the other one.
Bionicle
Oh, Bionicle Jam. Thank you.
That song's a bop.
It's something, all right.
Freaking love it.
Okay, Bionicle Jam. Here, all right. So let me just play a little bit of this for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think this is it.
Even though the Makuta had been defeated, the Bionicle story continues.
One day, the Toa heard the sounds of forests falling and mountains crumbling.
What could it be? Had Makuta survived? And did he once more threaten the island paradise?
Mighty Toa had won their first battle with Makuta. The struggle to free Matanui is far from over.
For the day of the Bow Rock has come.
For centuries they have slept, silent, hidden, waiting to hatch, dreaming dreams of chaos.
The Bow Rock are mysterious, insect-like creatures with elemental power.
It goes on like that. How does something like that exist?
I love it, man. I love it so much.
It's just the strangest thing. Now, Lego still does stuff like this. They do it for Ninjago. But,
They have music.
I don't know if they have music necessarily, but they'll have, like a 3D ride where the ninja are, like, doing that.
Ninjago Jam. You move, Ninjago Jam.
But no, I need this SUV. This is my holy grail.
All right, well, gotta contact us if you know any tips. I'm sure it probably got, I don't know, compacted somewhere. It's probably like destroyed.
I see. Here's the thing. I don't even need the SUV. I just need that giant Suva on the top and the mask on the front. That's all I want. I will attach those to my truck.
Apparently, according to Swirt, Kelly McKiernan, former webmaster, ended up with the what did he say? Was it the cow?
Oh yeah,
one?
no, he has the cow, but I want the mirror.
Do you think he might know where it is, Swirt, or like what happened to it, or would have a lead to try to track it down? Because Elge will probably buy it. He's just crazy enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I will. If Kelly knows where it is, I'll do it. Yeah, he messes right. I'm crazy. I'll even trade in. I'll trade in my axe for it because I mean I'm working on getting another axe that isn't broken, so I'll fix this one up again. I'll give it to him.
Swear we'll have our people call your people. We'll talk about this. But that's the thing, right? Like all this stuff that we're saying, like Bionicle cars, Bionicle like vans, the Bionicle bus, Bionicle stage presentations, Bionicle music. We haven't even talked about the Bionicle, like the metal masks.
Oh, the gold
white
masks?
metal Bionicle, the sterling silver.
Yeah.
The platinum Evoke, the giveaways, the gold How.
Ninjago doesn't even have anything like that. And
They
Ninjago
don't.
is their largest theme.
Yep. Even Bionicle G2 had them for all the good it did. Never forget. Bionicle G1 gives away solid platinum mask in amazing competition. Ends up getting like revered and prestiged and passed down through the ages. Ends up in the hands of the mask collector. Legendary stuff. Now, G2 gave away Gold Mask of Jungle to a trash can. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Thank you all so very much for listening to this episode of Knack and Jay. We're going to go ahead and end this a little bit early because I need to have some words with Meso.
But yeah, like they did a lot of crazy stuff like that. The promotion's wild.
Yeah, no,
Actually wild.
It's so many weird things. They just threw so much at the wall. And it's just fascinating. It's fascinating to see all the different avenues in which they did advertising and promotions.
Oh yeah.
So,
Mr. Domi890 asks in the chat, what happened to those masks? Has someone actually has them?
the G2 ones?
The answer is we don't really know. We know people have them. I think the Solid Gold Master of the Mask of Earth did post about it. They made like a video about it. I think they even were they on the boards? I think they were on the boards.
I don't know.
But the rest of the masks, to my knowledge, have never served.
No. We've had a handful of them. I think the Kakama, the Mask of Fire, the Mask of Stone, the Mask of Ice, and the Mask of Earth have all surfaced. Nobody, to my knowledge, knows where the Mask of Jungle is. No,
Trash can.
Gosh, I don't have it. That would be an item I would consider buying, but would feel it would be more expensive than it would be worth for me to own, I believe.
I mean, yeah, it's a solid gold friggin' tiny mask. I'm sure they would upcharge to a great degree, but it would probably be worth it just for the iconography.
I don't know.
That was for the Mask of Skulls. But oh yeah, that was for the yeah. That was for the
the Mask of Sculptor. Well, we know who has that. Roa McToa.
yeah. Very cool.
But yeah, no, I mean they're fine. Okay, yeah, if you look in the chat, Meso, Swart posted a picture of the mask of water, and I'll go ahead and post this up. So keep this in mind, everyone. The mask I'll go ahead and just do this. The mask of sorry, the cow on that van, the SUV. There it is. That's a close-up of it. Which means the Miru could also be fantastic. It also means they're super small. Well, no, that's about head-sized. Are they wearable? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a question. Is Elge about to get his next mask evolution?
Oh my gosh.
Moving to official status?
I can do it. Okay.
I don't think you can do it.
Listen, this is the quest I need to go on, okay? This is my journey. If I can do... There are two things I want now in life, okay? And then I know I can die happy. One is I need to voice Liwa officially for LEGO. I need to be among the ranks of official Liwa voice actors. Tommy Anderson, introduce a character Ninjago called Liwa, make him green, let me voice him. We're done. I can die happy. The second is I need to get a hold of the materials for this Liwa car.
Yes.
And then we're good. Then I'm very happy. But
Liwa Mobile.
So.
All right. Dialing it back a little bit.
Yes.
Those were a lot of Bionicle's early promotional campaigns. I think the most iconic one from the later era was probably Free the Band.
Oh, gosh. I need to get a picture of that.
Which is probably the weirdest. Because for anybody who doesn't know, even though I'm sure everyone watching this does know, Free the Band was the whole, all the All-American rejects have been kidnapped by the Paraka. We have to go save them. And there were like tie-in games, and there were like campaigns to go like find clues as to the band's whereabouts and save them from the evil Paraka. And it was freaking bizarre.
Here we go. I found one. Just go ahead and hide that.
Jay Master reminder: the new city passenger jet has them heading to Bionicle.
I know. I need to buy it. I need to get it. I don't want to because it's just a city plane. But it's got Bionicle.
Yep, that's cool. I love it. That's the thing.
Yeah, okay. So continue to explain Free the Band. I got a picture of the website on the screen.
Well, yeah, they had like so the history of it is weird because it all started with a thing called Rock Yacht. I
forgot about Rock Yacht.
Rock Yacht. I think that's how it all started.
Time to go party on the Rock Yacht. I forgot. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just gonna hang out on my yacht. Oh, most people name their yachts. What's yours? It's the Rock Yacht.
It says the InikaUnite.com was one half of the Free the Band promotional website. The site was run by Zach and Ivan. There were two sections, the blog and the gallery. The blog featured Zach and Ivan's thoughts on the All-American Rejects' disappearance, while the gallery featured artificial fan art of the Toanika created by the LEGO group for the promotion. Friday, August 11th, 2006. Opening thoughts by Zach. As I write this entry, the All-American Rejects have gone missing. The music world sits and waits for any word on the band's safe return. I really hope they're okay. I've seen them on TV a few times this summer, and I liked them a lot. But what makes this mysterious disappearance kind of interesting to me is the fact that the Inika have stepped forward to help lead the search and rescue mission for the band. I know a lot about the Inika, and this is by far the most unexpected thing they've ever done. Don't get me wrong, they're always up for saving the day, but it's sort of strange that they're the first ones to step forward to help the All-American Rejects. More as I know it. My opening thoughts by Ivan. Zach said his thing. Now it's my turn. I'm pretty sure the All-American rejects made themselves vanish for some reason. I'm not sure why. I bet it's like that thing that guy from the Beatles did once. I bet if you play some AAR songs backwards, you'll hear clues about where they hid themselves. I just tried playing a song backwards, and it doesn't actually work. I'll have a new theory soon. And it just keeps going on by like that, of them doing like conspiracy theories about this thing called the Rock Yacht, and we're gonna find the Toanika, and it was a big fiasco. But it's freaking funny.
Yeah, no, I remember following that kind of tendentially. And just so everyone's aware, this is the closest Bionicle ever got to confirming humans in the universe. And didn't make the mistake, it's still non-canon, but it got close. This was it. This is the closest. Funnily enough, one of the games I remember from this is Voya Nui Adventure. Yeah. Voya Nui Adventure. And what you could do is when you play it, you could get unlockable songs. Like you can find tablets which contain music downloads by a bunch of different artists. And this is actually how I found out. So it's not how I found out, but it's how I got a hold of my favorite version of my favorite song, which is Gunslinger by Over It. I remember the song from Dark 709's comics, the movie, the game.
Yeah.
Because the song was used as the menu music for that game. But it came from Voya Nui Adventure, which was from Free the Band.
Oh my god.
The ties, the connections. It's just so funny. So, it's very fascinating. It's so unique. And that's something that can really be said for Bionicle. I had a lot of unique attempts at promotion that you just don't really see anymore.
Yep.
So, yeah. But the ones, of course, that matter the most to us are obviously the comics and the books and the movies.
Yes.
Because those are the big
ones. I don't
ones.
really talk about the movies too much.
No.
But they're cool.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
Lego movies.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. That reminds me. So yesterday, I was in a store buying some groceries, and I was walking to the cash register. I passed this roundabout of films. And what do my eyes... I just kind of glanced back at it. No real reason. I wasn't planning on buying a movie. The Adventures of Clutch Powers. They had just a slew of new in-wrapping Adventures of Clutch Powers on sale for $6. Just in this random Idaho store.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know what to make of that. Granted, there's a store near me that has the Hero Factory DVDs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Where's my Invasion from Below DVD, Lego?
So I now own
It's very
that.
important. Oh, yeah.
I bought it. I figured why the heck not? It's there. $6.
I have never seen it.
Really? Okay, we gotta watch that sometime.
The only Clutch Powers I've seen is Ninja Go.
Yep, no, that makes sense. But, yeah, no, so the movies are interesting. They're definitely... Have we done a Knack and Jay on the films?
I don't think we have.
Have we
We've
not?
certainly talked about them a lot.
No. Of course we hadn't, because we did an LG Johnson show episode on the films. Yeah.
Well, it's been long enough. I forget all the discussion points, so we should do that again sometime.
Sure. No, I'm down.
But yeah, we've certainly talked around them a lot in Knack and Jay before, because it's kind of hard to talk about the Bionicle story without talking about them. Just for the purpose of this, they were brilliant. They were absolutely landmark. They're, I believe, one of the biggest reasons why Bionicle is as successful as it is, and why it was as successful as it was back in the olden days, particularly Mask of Light. And I also hated them. So, you know, it is what it is. No, I'm kidding. I didn't hate them. I just don't think nowadays if I could rank the Bionicle canon material, it would be like books, comics, movies.
Yeah, no, same.
They're pretty much at the bottom. But that does not mean they're bad. They're very good.
Yeah, no, there are other reasons which mean they're bad. Okay.
I mean, yes. But also no. But also yes. Like, it's a hard thing to talk about because on their own merits, they're very good. I just don't like... I don't like all the stylization and loose canonicity.
No, I understand.
For like a coherent visual design or lack thereof, a consistent writer, consistent rules, etc., etc. But it can't be overstated the amount that the movies did to help like spread the word about Bionicle.
Bionicle Mask of Light was one of the largest movie direct-to-DVD films of 2003.
Yep.
Let me see. Let me go ahead and get the stats on BSO1.
It was pretty good for a direct-to-DVD movie as well, even if it is just Lord of the Rings for kids.
So for what it is worth, it won awards. It won the 2003 DVD X Award for Best Visual Effects in a DVD movie premiere movie. It won the 2004 Saturn Award for Best DVD Release. And in 2004, it won the Golden Reel Award for Best Sound Editing in Direct-to-Video. Also, I'm going to go to Wikipedia now. I know I'm bringing out the big guns. Let me see. At release, the film ranked high in multiple sales charts. In the Top Kid video compiled by Billboard, it came close to the top of the charts upon release. Also upon release, the film ranked number 2 on Amazon.com's VHS bestseller list, coming in behind the VHS release of Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. According to LEGO's 2003 financial report, the game was top-selling game. Okay, we're going to go with the film and say that was a typo. The film was top-selling VHS release in the United States in its first week and ranked at number 4 in a similar list compiled by The Hollywood Reporter. It was also among the top premiere DVDs of the year. The game's... Okay. Why does it keep saying
They need to, like,
game?
fix this.
Huh?
They need to fix that.
They do. It's not... Yeah, okay. The film's rental sales were also high, being placed at number 8 in the animated direct-to-video charts and totaling at $4.24 million in revenue by October 2004. According to Animation Magazine, the film is considered to be a commercial success.
Well, dang. There you go.
Yeah.
I remember they play it on Cartoon Network all the time as part of the... I mean, they would do all sorts of marathons and whatnot, and for the Platinum Evoke, that's where they would do it. They would, play all the movies. It'd be great. Or play the movie, rather. It was a fun time. It was really good.
Yep. Nope,
I'll forever wish that Ignition had gotten movies, but I also know that they would not have been handled well.
Yeah. We need a TV show. We need a Disney Plus TV show.
Yes. Disney Plus. Bionicle Ignition.
I'll be the director and the voice of Lewa, so I'll star in the entire thing, obviously.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So... I don't know, man. I think we've said about all we can. There are so many different odds and ends. I feel like this almost warrants a part 2 at some point. But
we didn't even talk about the games.
I know.
We didn't talk about there's nothing really to talk about with G2.
No, there really isn't.
But Bionicle G2, it didn't.
Yeah.
There you go. It failed due to lack of advertising, as has been thoroughly discussed.
Yeah. I mean, all of this advertising and Bionicle ran for 10 years, so it goes to show.
Sharnak, speaking of marketing in movies, remember when they essentially released the first third of TLR via clips?
Yes, I do. It was awful.
Good time.
They just released a huge chunk of the movie.
That's awesome. I remember that. Oh, Joe, I was so excited to see those new clips, man. All right.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably put a pin in it for there so we can take some questions.
Yeah, because
Be it
I do
about
want
this
to. I think we should do a part 2, but we might just make them, Knack and J movies, Knack and J games, and we'd have to make games 2 parts because it would need to be Flash games, online games, and then computer games or console games.
We can probably talk about them in one. I don't know if I can fill 2 hours talking about Bionicle Heroes and Bionicle Game and Maze of Shadows. Oh, okay, fair. I guess there's like 4 with Quest for the Toa. Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Everybody go ahead and ask your questions, be it about the topic at hand, about other topics, about Bionicle, not about Bionicle. Hit us with some trivia. First up, Jake Stillwell, the YouTube chat. Question: who do you guys think would win in a fight to the death? A very angry Tatarak or Hukimori with a right hand? Epic.
Okay, that's
You'll love
really
to see
funny.
it.
Yeah, no, Hukimari with the right hand easily.
Dude's a legend. the 1-2 punch instead of the 1 punch. You'll love to see it. Belge, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting a little tired. I feel like I'm just getting really unfocused, like really distracted. I feel bad because, I mean, this is an interesting subject. It's just there are so many things that LEGO did, and there's a lot to talk about. We really could go on for a long time.
Yeah. Bombastic Brody, did you guys see the Disney DVD special edition release? I don't think so.
I'm sorry, the what?
What was special about it? For Bionicle Mask of Light. The special edition release.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this at all. I don't know what this is.
Well, feel free to enlighten us. I have no clue.
Yeah.
20 down the drain super chat, $5. What's your favorite color? Black, white, and gold in equal measure.
Yeah, mine is green. Mine is green. Specifically... sorry, what?
But what shade of green?
Yeah, specifically Liwamata green.
Oh. It's your favorite question, LJ.
No, I'm not answering it. No, we're not doing this. Sharnak asks, have you guys ever had any Bionicle dreams? I have a reoccurring one where I find G1 sets in stores only for them to be Chinese bootlegs. So, this is a really fascinating subject that I almost feel could be its own Knack and J, but I'd really want to have like a psychologist on for it, because the Bionicle community has this amazing phenomenon called the Dream. It's just called the Dream TM. And it's where you have a dream about going into a store, any kind of a store, and finding Bionicle sets on shelves. Almost every single Bionicle fan I've ever met has had one of these dreams. It's so synonymous that it's called the Dream. You've had it before, right?
See,
Message.
I don't think I've had a dream kind of on those lines. I literally, and my brain did a very vivid thing. Like I'm not kidding or exaggerating. I conceptualized an entire wave of Bionicle sets, complete with detailed designs, a logo, unique masks, weapons, a background of some kind of like, it was kind of like Barra Magna, except it wasn't a desert. It was mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the Atero Arena, but made out of metal with like lines and on it that were glowing. And I went into the store and I saw all of them there, and I looked at each one and I examined them and the new pieces and the recolors. Then I went to go get a shopping cart to load up full of them, and when I got back, they were gone. Tragedy.
That's funny. Yeah,
Great.
no, it's fast. I've had the dream several times. Like, I'll walk into a store and there's like, one time it was an entire collection of G1 sets just in box that you could just buy. Another time it was new sets with new mask recolors. Like, I distinctly remember a yellow Miru, which, funnily enough, I've always kind of wanted because I used to think back in the day that the gold Miru in Monog that Liwa had was yellow when it wasn't. But yeah, no, it's really fascinating. It's something.
Most definitely.
Venn most famously told his dream to Greg Farstein.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Good times.
Retrozade asks, question, thoughts on Paul Hardcastle's music from '01?
It's good. It's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Very awesome music with a very unique style. I think if it had carried throughout Bionicle, it'd have a very different tone, very different tonality. That's part of the thing I like about Bionicle, though, is that it mixed it up with different composers and different genres. But I very much like Hardcastle's stuff. Smackroid, I honestly wonder what kind of financial agreement do you think the Lego Group came to with the All-American Rejects for this marketing campaign, publicity stunt, whatever you may call it. I'm sure they paid them money.
Yeah, no, I've never thought about that. It's like, all right, yeah, All-American Rejects made a deal with Lego. Cool.
It would take someone more well-versed in that field, particularly like contracting bands and stuff, to get into what the specifics of that would be. I would assume they would obviously be paid some form of royalties for the use of their song in the trailer. Not the trailer, the commercial. That would be the biggest one. Because in the Free the Band, it was mainly their name and likeness, which obviously would still necessitate money. But I would think the bulk of it would come from the Move Along. But that's just conjecture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Never thought about it. Never cared.
So. Bombastic Brody clarified the Disney Special Edition. He says, it was in Russia. It's on the list of Disney Special Edition releases on the Disney Wiki. I can quite honestly tell you, I've never heard of this. I've certainly never seen if there's anything special about it, but that's very interesting. But I unfortunately cannot offer a comment about it.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I don't live in Russia.
Remember, no live in Russia.
The Autobot Power on YouTube asks, who is more well-known, All-American Rejects or Cryo Shell? All-American Rejects, and it isn't a competition.
Nope. They're like an actually well-known band.
Yeah. Like, in work, we'll have one, and like, if there's nobody sitting at a computer, we'll just have Pandora playing, and All-American Reject songs are playing on it. It just because the station it's on is just pop music, pop culture music from like the 2010s to late 2000s, 2010s, and All-American Reject songs will pop up. Cryo Shell will not, and it never will, because they're not in that same category.
Sad but true.
Mm-hmm.
To a Corex question, would you have images of the Ignition trilogy on your car keys? It's an interesting idea. It'd have to be some pretty low quality images.
Yeah.
Or at least low size.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. No.
All right. We'll flip it to the patron chat.
All right.
Super Someone. Off topic. Do you think the Toamata have the ability to become Turaga, given that they have fulfilled their destiny?
Yes.
LJ?
They do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They can at any time.
But will they?
Probably not. So can the Toahaga, fun fact.
Okay.
Toahaga can also become Trog at any time.
What was their destiny again?
To retrieve the Mask of Light. Is to steal it away.
Ha.
Come on, BS1. Load a little faster. There we go. Okay, correction. The destiny of Pterodax's Toahaga was to save the Tohardika and the Knohia Voki. Their destiny is now fulfilled. So, at any time.
All right. Magic Ninja. I have a question I meant to ask during the CCBS versus Bionicle system episode, but forgot to. When did gold become like 2007 lime?
I have no idea. But
To my knowledge, it isn't.
ours isn't. Not as far as I know, but there is something called gold paint syndrome that affects other toys. Like Transformers has this pretty substantially. Sorry, gold plastic syndrome. Thank you. Gold plastic syndrome, where gold plastic is brittle. I don't think that really ever was an issue for Bionicle, especially considering that most of the gold pieces were masks and not joints. So, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Rodimus Prime, if Takanuva had made it into the Lego Movie 2, which celebrity would you have liked to voice him? Keanu Reeves.
Why?
Because it'd be funny.
Okay. I don't really have anyone in specific. Just bring back the original voice actor. I'm fine with that.
Nah, he was lame.
You're lame. Yeah, I don't... Chris Pratt, I don't know. No, he's already in that.
Chris Pratt?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I've only thought about who should voice Liwa. That's literally it. It's either me, or if they can't get me, like if I'm just too busy to voice Liwa, maybe then John Mulaney. But still, me first.
Wombat Combat Productions asks thoughts on Bionicle fan stories / universes. They exist.
I don't dabble in too many of them. That's my thing. Like
Like what?
I haven't finished Connors yet, but it's enjoyable. But I just don't really dabble in a lot of fan fiction, just generally. Not because I don't like it. It's just that I'm usually doing other things with my time.
There's 3 different types. There's 3 different genres. It's completely disconnected fan fiction, which is just like a story with Bionicle elements, and it doesn't really care about canonicity. It doesn't really care about, adhering to the story or fitting into it. It's just kind of a story with Bionicle elements. This was what a BZP had a lot back in the day. It's actually one of the first things I engaged with in the community. Was the short stories and epics forums where people would just make stories, and it was fun. It was just casual, fun. I was too young to really approach it analytically, and my own writing sucked, but I had a good time. Just making stories in the Bionicle tonality was a really good time. Then you have total Bionicle reboots, which is just like, hey, we're gonna tell a story about the Toa, some word on the island of Krikanui, and they're the Toa of Sonics and Gravity and blah blah blah, and they have to fight the evil Makuri and all this stuff, and it's Bionicle again, basically. Those stories are very popular. Just Bionicle cast of OCs. I've always had trouble engaging with that because I find it to be derivative a lot of the time. Although there are some very good ones that attempt to capture the essence of Bionicle, but in a new format. One that immediately jumps out to me that we talked about a a few years ago, if memory serves, was Project Afterman, which I believe is still ongoing. I hope it is, but I have not looked in on it in a while. But it was essentially a Bionicle-esque story, but completely redone from the ground up with a lot of new elements. Very inspired by Bionicle. Stuff like that is cool. It's difficult for me to invest into just because I honestly don't have a lot of free time, but it's very cool. Then you have the final tier of story, which is the Bionicle continuations. Stuff like Nova Orbis. Nova Orbis is pretty much the only one I've read. It was very good. Nikon Aquamagna's Nova Orbis comic, basically continuing Bionicle into the modern era. Very good. There's a few projects like that circulating right now, and they're all very commendable, trying to continue the Bionicle story in their own way. Mm-hmm. I really respect people who try to do that. I just personally don't read too much of it, or fan fiction in general nowadays.
Yeah.
But I do have a history with it, so I do like to talk about it.
Nikon Aquamagna actually had another comic series he did that wasn't Nova Orbis that he recently wrapped up a few months ago. I'm trying to find it. It's on our boards. Yeah, The Toa, a Bionicle retelling. And it's very interesting. So it's up on the TTV message boards. Definitely go check it out.
Very cool. Very cool. Another question. Going back to YouTube. Well, actually, first, Super Chat. 26K down the drain. $5. Toa of Sonic and Toa of Sonic and Toa of Gravity fight Makuni. Hashtag BioBible. Hashtag 2020.
This guy's so funny.
This is the BioBible in all caps that got me. Oh, Faber. What a man. He's still kicking around. All right, back to you, Tim. That one kid question: how's life?
It's always very fascinating.
It's busy. I want this year to end.
Yeah.
Every week is new, like, unfortunate occurrence. Work is not pleasant. I work at a Target right now, and I don't want to get too preachy, especially on a podcast, but for the love of God, people, if you can stay home, stay home. The amount of people flocking to Target stores and just acting like nothing is going on, you know, not wearing masks and not social distancing and just casually browsing. Hey, I'm going to just try on some headphones and I'm going to try on these things and try on these things and play and try to play the friggin' Nintendo Switch game demos and all this stuff. People aren't like taking stuff seriously. As a retail worker, it's very anxiety inducing.
As a retail worker, I stay home.
Respect.
I go from home to work and back again.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I was just in the post office today mailing stuff, and like, it's just, I mean, to be fair, it's post office, it's always going to be crowded, but it's bad time. So life is okay, but not great.
Yep.
Charnak, any ways you don't want Bionicle to come back? I dread a Michael Bay reboot. I mean, obviously, yes. I dread that as well. Like, that's a meme, you know?
Yeah.
As far as a serious answer,
I don't want to back them down.
I don't want to sound derivative, but yeah. I don't want G2 2. If it comes back, if it or anything like it ever comes back, you got to give it the Ninjago treatment. You just have to. There can't be anything else. There can't be anything less. And that's not to say Ninjago, Ninjago's cheesy. Ninjago's funny. Ninjago has jokes. Ninjago has childlike humor. It's not exempt. But Ninjago's good. Ninjago's smartly written most of the time. It has a high budget. It has room to tell its story. It has likable characters. It's just good. You have to have that. You have to have a consistent storytelling core format that is done well, whether that's a comic series, a book series, a TV show. For the love of God, please, a TV show, or whatever it takes. Has to be singular, focused, and actually put some money into it.
Yeah.
If you do that, it will be fine. It might not be the best thing ever, but the writers will be allowed to write their story and actually put some work into investing you in the world and the characters.
Yeah. No, pretty much. Pretty much. Also, just say maybe look into some fan consultation, maybe some popular Bionicle fan media, maybe people that are ambassadors with Lego. Just a consideration. Just a thought.
Yep. Gonna do a few more, and we'll probably wrap up. Adrian G, thoughts on the return of Tony Wedgwood? We briefly mentioned this earlier. Tony Wedgwood, the voice actor behind the Bionicle commercials, has actually joined up with Craney Creations' Bionicle Quest for Matanui fan game to do work for the advertising and also the game itself. It's very cool of him to do it. He did it completely for free as a love letter to Bionicle. They showed off, a clip of him. He sounds awesome. Straight up the same dude. Great guy. I wonder what he's actually gonna do. That's all I'm saying. Because it's a video game. It's not as if the commercial narrator is gonna be narrating the game.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna voice, every character's lines. So what is he actually gonna do besides maybe like a trailer? I don't know.
We really don't have a lot of information on how they're handling voice work.
Or anything.
Or anything. Yeah.
Still excited, don't get me wrong, but or anything. Prentice suggests he voices the tutorial. That could be a good idea. Maybe objectives. Mr. Domi890 says that. That could be good. Connor says I could see him playing a Taraga, maybe. Vakama, possibly. I mean, I could as well if they were doing voice acting.
Which we don't.
From everything we've heard, we don't know.
Yeah.
Currently, the answer is no.
Yeah. But, I mean, if they have the option of having Tony Wedgwood play a character, then they have to follow it up with more characters.
Yeah, exactly. They can't just have one.
At that point. Hashtag LJ Phillywa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
but it's very cool. It's awesome of him to do it, and it's cool that Craney got him on board. It's very good.
Yeah. No, it is. It's neat. It is very cool.
Razor Claw, why is the Bionicle Wikia so bad, LJ?
I don't really know. It's just not very quality controlled, basically whatsoever. And really, they should just stop trying to be quality controlled. Like, the best decision they could make for the Bionicle Wikia is to delete every article, every page, and just make the main page go to BSO1. That's it. That's just BSO1 is just a higher standard of quality whenever Doric isn't involved with it. And it's very accurate. It's very well kept. It's very professional. It's one of the best wikis for anything out there, period. It's just very thorough. It's just on a different level than the Wikia is. Plain, pure, and simple. That's just how it goes. So, I don't know why the Wikia isn't as good. I couldn't answer that. So,
My answer would be, from what I've observed, inaccuracies and missing information. Those would be the two biggest ones. Things that are missing or just not included or not complete, juxtaposed with things that are just outright like wrong. That's the minority. I have seen stuff that is wrong, not all the time. Usually it's missing information or things not being as thorough as they could otherwise be. I thoroughly agree with BS01 being on a higher level. BS01 will pretty much always be my go-to. I just like its formatting better. If anybody from the Bionicle Wikia ever, listens, don't worry. Like, it's not a personal attack. We're not gonna. You guys are just trying to do something cool. I respect it. It's just, the formatting on BS01 is undeniably more professional, and the information database is more consistent and well managed. That's basically all it is.
yeah. Sorry, when you asked why, I was thinking, well, the reasons, like what's preventing them from being as good. It's like I don't know.
I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, that may be what he meant, but that's just my interpretation. Yeah. Autobot Power says, I'd like Bionicle gets the Monkey Kid treatment. Bombastic Brody, while Monkey Kid is way too flashy, sure, it has good animation, but it never rests. I don't disagree. That's obviously isn't a Monkey Kid conversation, but I do think that Bionicle, if it ever does get a TV show, it should walk the line. I do not believe it should be in the same, visual style or the same storytelling pace as Ninjago. I think it could do its own thing in tonality. I would love it if it had some of Monkey Kid's flashy animation. Think about how cool that would be with the Toa.
Oh my god,
like amazing fight scenes.
Gosh, it would be amazing.
Yeah, Monkey Kid production values with Bionicle or Ninjago caliber storytelling would be my ideal scenario if we are ever to be blessed with such a thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That one kid asks, question, do you think that it would be a good idea to bring back Bionicle, and instead of making figures, they could make mechs in the same vein as the superhero mechs from last year and this year? I would actually redirect you to one of our earliest Knack and Jays. It was, could System Bionicle work, or whatever we called it. It was the System Bionicle episode. I think it was like episode 2. We really dig into the answer to that question. We really go all in on, what Bionicle could do to be viable in the modern era. The short answer is no. I think mechs could work. I don't think mechs like the superhero mechs from last year and this year could work. Maybe if they iterated on the formula a little bit. I think they have a lot of good things going for them. They're not catastrophic failures, but the pieces just aren't there. Like, they look rough. They look shoddy. They're clone sets. Every set uses the same torso. Every set uses the same leg design almost unilaterally, the same shoulders, the same limbs, and they all have the tiny little minifigure head sticking out of the chest plate. Like, it just wouldn't work. I can't look at those and see a hypothetical Bionicle. I do see a framework that could be adapted, definitely, if they make some more pieces, if they make armor pieces that could actually contour around the mixel joints instead of just sticking tiles on top of them to make these like flat legs. And most importantly, if they figure out something else for the heads, like maybe a way to do masks, I think it could work. Do I want them to invest the money into that and the time into that if they were going to do System Bionicle, to try to do this weird half measure instead of just making minifigures? No, just make minifigures.
Mm-hmm.
I've long since accepted that and think it could work well. Plenty of people have proved it could, Sakota especially. not just with his ideas project, but with his Bionicle mocks, showing the wide range of locations and vehicles you can do. So yeah, I think that's what I would rather them do.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
All right. And the final question for the day. Sharnak, speaking of, what was the deal with Bionicle? Never followed it closely.
Oh, gosh.
You remember when they did the Bionicle G2 art book, Sharnak? Like, with the theme ended, and they did the art book, and they posted it online for people to read. If you know what I'm talking about, great. If not, check it out on BSO1. It's awesome. There was a piece of concept art in it that displayed this large like battlefield where they were, I guess, envisioning a Bionicle where they could have these giant titans and these small villagers that were like, ants to them running around on the battlefield, and like tanks and vehicles and stuff driving all around. We looked at that and we kind of immediately were like, that almost looks like minifigure scale with construction sets to scale. And we were like, I wonder if Bionicle could work kind of like that. So we spent about the better part of, I'd say, like a year or more doing brainstorm sessions on the TTV podcast, and then eventually splitting off into our own podcast called Brainstorm, where we kind of planned out our own hypothetical pitch for a way to make Bionicle true to Bionicle and have it be made of minifigures. We had concept art. We had a story Bible. We had some amazing fan artists. Sakota made a bunch of mocks for it using the minifigure designs, just to kind of show that it could be done. Not that our version was necessarily the best, but that it could be done. And it was very controversial. We did a lot of stuff people weren't fans of. We did a lot of stuff people in TTV weren't fans of. It was very divisive, even internally. But it was basically just a bunch of podcast brainstorm sessions with some really cool artwork and mocks to back it up. If anything stands the test of time from it, it's the art and the mocks, because those were awesome.
Yeah.
That's about it. I know you were the biggest fan of it, El.
Oh, yeah. So much fun. So fun.
You're a fan of the concept, not so much our exact interpretation.
Yeah. Some people made some choices that they wanted to cram through.
Like female Liwa.
Potentially out of spite, so the theory goes.
Shiwa.
Okay, we're done.
All right. That's going to be a wrap for this episode of Knack and Jay. It was a wild and topsy-turvy ride, and thank you all for the questions. We really appreciate the engagement and all the super chats as well. It means a lot.
Yep. All right. I'll go ahead and give the plugs. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you're interested in joining the conversation further, head on over to the TTV message boards at board.tvchannel.com. You need to be 13 years or older and read the rules, and you'll have a good time. Then check out our Patreon, patreon.com/TTVchannel. Low as $1 a month, and you can join our Discord and Patreon server, as well as our Minecraft server on the islands of Matanui and Voyanui. Finally, head over to Twitter at Messanak, at the LJ Johnson, JOHNSEN, and at the TTV channel. All right, that's going to be a wrap. Messo, you tell me when to hit the music.
Wonderful. Thank you all very much for watching. LJ, hit the music. Thank you all once again. I'm Messo.
I'm LJ.
And streaming to you from a golden beach, this was Knack and Jay.